most must-see Berkshire League talk show in history. Welcome to The Rundown. I am Cody Diz. Thank you guys for tuning in to another new episode. Please smash that like button, comment what you guys want to see, and please subscribe. There's still only a quarter of the now 900 Instagram followers that we have. Thank you guys so much for hitting that goal also. Really appreciate the 900 followers. Hopefully the road to 1,000 is a lot faster, and hopefully we just keep going up from here. But I need you guys to start subscribing, please, to the YouTube. Let's get 10 new subscribers after this video comes out. Let's see it. All right. We got 6 games to cover, and then top 5 plays from those games. So let's just get right into it. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's start off with games from Monday with Wamogo and Nanawa. This game was very close in the first quarter. Nanawa and Wamogo kept with each other, but John Kazaka showed out in this game. He demonstrated his elite scoring ability throughout the entire contest as he had his way with the Wamogo defense. He was forcing himself inside and made some tough layups, and he hit some nice threes as well as he showed off his range, even hitting one from super deep. Nanawa ended up blowing out Wamogo in the second half and asserted their dominance as one of the top teams in the Berkshire League. So we're going to talk about Nanawa in a little bit. We're going to put them off for now. But for Wamogo, it's interesting to me because, they started out the game really well, but then they just weren't able to find an answer for John Kazaka, and that's really what killed them. Because once John Kazaka, started going on a tear, they really had no chance. And in the second half, watching that game, it just seemed like they lost their energy and their will to, hustle and play. But I still think Wamogo's in decent shape. I mean, they don't have the best record right now. I believe they're 2-4. They still have 2 games left to, put themselves at least at 500 before the seeding games start for them. So it should be interesting to see how that all goes. I think Wamogo might be in good shape depending on who they play. I haven't looked too much into the next 2 games for them yet, so it should be interesting, but I think they're going to be all right. They were starting to kind of get in the groove and get on a win streak, so we'll just have to see where this one goes for them. Let's go to the other game that happened that night, the Spartans and the Jackets. Chapag went on the road, and Owen Hibbert had another solid game as usual, but Mike Parachi was the main story of this one, as he was able to score from anywhere on the floor. He had 2 straight threes in the second quarter, and then later on had a nice finger roll off the spin. He had a really good game himself. He even had a nice fancy layup off a tipped ball to keep it in bounds, and I could not believe he made that. But Chapag was able to take down Gilbert. Gilbert is now 1-5 from this game. So Chapag and Gilbert both had 2 games. So I'm actually going to put both of them off for now, and we're just going to go right to the next game. Let's go to the most important game out of the last 2 days. Northwestern going on the road to Nanawa. This game would determine whether the Highlanders would share the BL regular season title or if they would just be solo champions. So right away, John Kazaka put his foot straight on the gas for Nanawa, starting off the game very well as he dominated the first half. Northwestern started coming back and ended up dominating the second half, although it was close throughout the remains of the third and fourth quarter as Freddie Camp started to go on a tear. He didn't even play the first quarter. Curtis Blishy didn't score until in the first half, but scored all 10 of his points in the second half. And then Freddie Camp put on the exclamation point as he threw it down. And the 8-0 Highlanders are officially the solo Berkshire League regular season champs.
All right, I'm here with 3 of the standout players in the now 8-0 Northwestern Highlanders. Guys, this is probably the most difficult game of the year for you now that you're 8-0. I want to start with you, Clay. First quarter, you guys scored 4 points. What were you thinking at the end of the first?
It was a tough first quarter. We didn't get in the groove, but after talk about it at the end of the quarter, and we got back in and started our run in the second quarter.
Well, I think that you were probably one of the key people to turn it around. You hit a clutch 3 when we were down. How did it feel releasing that shot?
I knew we needed a spark plug, and I came in and hit that shot, and that's what took us off.
All right, Freddie Camp sat down on the bench the first quarter, saw us score 4 points. We're looking in trouble. Their defense is strong, and you came in and put up 19 points in the remaining 3 quarters. Okay. Talk to me about your game.
I just knew that if I came out and had these guys by my side, I knew that we were going to do good. I've been doing good this season so far, but I knew that this game meant a lot to these two, so I brought my A game today. Beautiful.
Curtis really sort of struggled this game, having to guard Kazaka, who started out so strong. Tell me what it was like in that first half.
He's a great player. I thought I played really good defense. He was hitting his shots. He's a great player.
So fourth quarter for you is really where you really came alive. Team scored 20 points, but more importantly, hit all their free throws down the stretch to really ice this. And you were instrumental in that. How did that feel?
Felt great. Just watching us go up that much, game ending, it felt amazing to be 8-0.
All right, guys, last word here. You're now Berkshire League 8-0 champions. Let's go! How does it feel?
Feels great.
Excellent. Good luck in the rest of the season.
Okay.
So this was just a battle of 2 titans. I mean, John Kazaka and Curtis Blishy. That was an incredible matchup. That might be the best matchup all year that we see, maybe for the next couple years down the line. But I'm really impressed with Freddie Camp. I mean, 19 points off the bench in 3 quarters. He didn't even play the first quarter. So that's really impressive. This Northwestern team is talented all around. I think Nanawa is all in good shape. I think Northwestern is also in good shape. They're both just going to have to fight till the end. These next 4 games for Northwestern are going to be big. They're seeding games. And for Nanawa, you just have to hope that, you can keep up with Northwestern and keep above Chapag, because Chapag is coming for that spot. Let's go to the second game of the night. The Gilbert Yellow Jackets went on the road to Terryville to play the Kangaroos. This is a nice battle throughout the entire thing, as this game was just completely back and forth. Both teams were able to find themselves open for 3, but Anthony Carfiro has been a big story recently, as the last 2 games have been his 2 best of the season, putting up high double digits after being in the lower part of the scoring column earlier this year. Dylan Crowley also continued to dominate in the scoring column this year, as he had 20 points, but Dylan Machulis called game with a hardened step back and dagger as the Kangaroos were able to take down the Jackets. So for Terryville, I think they're actually playing really good basketball right now. That Dylan Machulis, Dominic Dow, and Sean O'Donnell over the last couple games, they've all had great games. And I think they're going to continue this. They're starting to look dangerous. And that's not my initial thought at the beginning of the season. I thought they'd be middle of the pack, but they're starting to rise up. For Gilbert, 1-6 is concerning, but the record doesn't show how I think they've played. I think they've played great. They have had some tough games against Chapag and against Nanawa, but otherwise, I think this is a good team. And, in close games a couple times this year, they just haven't been able to get it done. I think they have a good way to turn it around, and I think they're going to turn it around in the next few games. We are very sorry to announce this, but the Chapag-Thomaston game that we had watched, the footage that we had gathered was actually lost and unable to, edit. So we apologize for the inconvenience, but Chapag was able to take down Thomaston at Thomaston. So I'm sorry that we weren't able to get the footage for Chapag and Thomaston. We ended up losing it, but Chapag has been playing really well. Owen Hibbert and Mike Parachi, who has really stepped up recently, that's the best duo in the league, in my opinion. They've done so well at not only moving the ball, finding their teammates, but scoring-wise, they have dominated. Mike Parachi is killing it on the boards this year. This is a really good Chapag team. They're coached by a great coach in Matt LaFave. Owen and Mike have been doing a great job. Cole Davenport is contributed as much as he can. This is a good team. I think they're going to be at least I think they'll be a top 2 team in the seeding. For Thomaston, I don't know what the heck's happening to them. They've been losing a lot recently, and that's surprising because, you know, Thomaston is not a team that you would imagine losing. I mean, when Chad Suckley came back, I thought this was going to be, all right, the league's in trouble. But now it's, all right, the league is getting to us if you're Thomaston. I don't know what it is. But for them, I just think that, I don't know what it is they can fix, but they got to fix it soon. And hopefully they fix it over the next couple games.
Husey went on the road to play Litchfield, but I got to be honest, this wasn't even a game if I got to tell it straight like that. I mean, this was more of putting all the good players at the park. You know, when you're at the playground at the park playing pickup, you put all the good players on one team and then put all the lower skilled players on the other team, and it's just complete dominance. Litchfield completely destroyed Husey. They only scored 1 point in the first quarter. 1 point! They had no shot. Litchfield gets the easy W against Husey.
So I gotta be honest, I barely even want to talk about this game. Husey, you're 0-8. You're done. There's nothing you could fix. It's out of your control. For Litchfield, hopefully you guys don't get discouraged by this win. It's Husey, so you guys were able to get an easy win. But hopefully you bring that same energy in the other big games, not only in the next 4, because they're going to be seeding games for you, but hopefully you guys can find a good spot in the playoffs and go far.
Let's finish this video off with the top 5 plays of the last 2 days. Let's go to number 5. Mike Parachi had a great game against Gilbert, as this one is his spin to the rack and gets a beautiful finger roll layup. Let's go to number 4. Freddie Camp on the fast break. It's not his dunk, but he drove in and hit a beautiful shot over the defender. Surprised he didn't call that for a foul. Number 3, Parachi again. He's going to catch it off of a tip ball that he's battling with Dylan Crowley. He spins and hits a crazy underhand layup at a bad angle. Number 2, Freddie Camp is going to take it and hammers home the dagger versus Nanawa. Even flexed a little bit. And then number 1, Dylan Machulis going hard at Dylan Crowley. Hits the dagger to close out the win. Those are your top 5 plays of the last 2 days.
That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button. Definitely could use a lot of likes. Comment what you guys want to see on this channel. Trying to add more. Please subscribe to the channel as well. Let's hit that 10 subscriber goal after this video launches. Really would appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next couple of days. Peace out.